Today, I'm showing you 9 backyard trees that can transform an exposed yard into a private retreat. But don't skip ahead. Tree number 6 is one of the most overlooked privacy trees in America, and it often outperforms options that cost far more. Let's start with one of the fastest growing privacy trees you can plant.
Green giant arborvitae. Scientific name is Thuja standishii cross placata green giant. It grows about 3 to 5 feet per year. At maturity, it can reach 40 to 60 feet tall. It does best in USDA zones 5 through 9. For a solid privacy screen, plant them 5 to 6 feet apart. If you only plant one tree from this entire list, plant this one. Green giant arborvitae is the most planted privacy tree in America for a reason. It grows fast, genuinely fast, 3 to 5 feet per year under good conditions. It stays dense from the ground up. It holds its deep green color through winter. And unlike some fast-growing trees, it doesn't become a maintenance problem as it matures. Here's what nobody tells you about green giants specifically. Most people plant them too far apart. They read spacing on the tag, see 8 to 10 feet, and follow it. What they get is a row of separate trees, rather than a solid screen. For true privacy, a wall rather than a row, plant them 5 to 6 feet apart. They'll merge within 3 to 4 years and create something genuinely impressive. Honest caveat, green giant can get very tall, 40 to 60 feet at maturity. In a small lot, that's a significant tree. Know your space before you plant. Best scenario, medium to large lots, full sun to partial shade. Anyone who wants fast results and is willing to give the trees room to grow. The next tree is more compact, and for smaller yards, it might actually be the smarter choice.
Emerald green arborvitae.
Botanical name, Thuja occidentalis smaragd. It grows slowly, about 6 to 9 inches per year. At maturity, it reaches around 10 to 15 feet. It grows well in USDA zones 3 through 8. For a dense privacy screen, plant them 3 to 4 feet apart. Same family as the green giant, completely different personality. Where green giant is bold and fast, and eventually enormous, emerald green is refined, compact, and permanently manageable. It maxes out at 10 to 15 feet. It maintains a tight, narrow pyramidal shape without pruning. And it stays that vivid emerald green color year-round, which is where the name comes from. For small lots, townhouse yards, narrow side yards, or anyone who doesn't want to eventually deal with a 50-foot tree, this is the practical choice. What I've noticed about emerald green specifically, it looks intentional, in a way that faster-growing trees sometimes don't. The tight shape, the consistent color, the way a row of them reads almost architectural. It brings a tidiness to a landscape that more casual trees can't match. One honest truth, the slower growth means patience. This isn't a year one result. Give it 3 to 5 years to create a solid screen. Worth it for the permanence. But here's what nobody tells you about arborvitae in general, and it affects both of these trees.
Most people who plant arborvitae for privacy end up disappointed. Not because the trees fail, because the trees were planted incorrectly from day one. Here is what nobody tells you. Plant them in a single straight line, and you get a picket fence effect. Gaps between trees, visible neighbors, the appearance of privacy without the reality of it. The solution is staggered rows. 2 rows, offset from each other, like a brick pattern. The trees in the second row fill the gaps in the first row. The result is a genuinely dense screen, in half the time a single row would take. 1 row is decorative. 2 rows staggered is privacy. Write that down. It grows about 3 to 4 feet per year. At maturity, it can reach 60 to 70 feet tall. It grows best in USDA zones 6 through 10. For a solid privacy screen, plant them 6 to 8 feet apart. This tree gets bigger, 60 to 70 feet tall at maturity. That's not a tree you plant in a small lot, but in the right space, a large property, a long boundary line,
A situation where you want maximum height and maximum speed? Leyland cypress is extraordinary. It grows 3 to 4 feet per year. It handles heat and drought better than Arborvitae. In the southern half of the country, it's been the go-to privacy tree for decades. Honest warning, Leyland cypress has a fungal disease problem, specifically Ceridium canker and Botryopsphera canker. That affects trees in humid climates when they're planted too close together, without adequate airflow. This is a real issue. If you're in the southeast, spacing is not optional. Give them room. Also, and this matters, check your local ordinances before planting boundary trees. In some states, a tree planted on or near a property line creates legal liability. If branches overhang a neighbor's property, or if roots cause damage.
Best scenario, large lots in zone 610. Full sun. Well-drained soil. The next tree is completely different. It's not a conifer. It's not evergreen in the traditional sense. And it's one of the most underused privacy trees in American landscaping.
It grows around 3 to 5 feet per year. At maturity, it reaches about 10 to 20 feet tall. It grows best in USDA zones 7 through 11. For a solid privacy screen, plant them 5 to 6 feet apart. If you live in the South, zones 7 through 11, roughly Virginia down to Florida and west to Texas, and you haven't planted wax myrtle, you're missing one of the most effective privacy trees for your climate. Wax myrtle is native to the southeastern United States. It evolved here. It handles the heat, the humidity, the occasional drought, and the clay soils that kill non-native trees. It stays evergreen. It grows fast. It smells faintly aromatic when you brush against it. What I love about it? That most people overlook. The fine textured leaves create a soft, feathery screen that feels less formal than Arborvitae or Cypress. A row of wax myrtle looks natural, like it belongs in the landscape, rather than like it was installed. It can be maintained as a large shrub or allowed to grow into a multi-trunk small tree. Both work for privacy. Best scenario? Southeastern homeowners who want a native, low-maintenance solution that genuinely suits the climate. And now, tree number 5. This one works in places where almost nothing else does.
It grows about 1 to 2 feet per year. At maturity, it reaches around 15 to 20 feet tall. It grows well in USDA zones 4 through 9. For a dense privacy screen, plant them 4 to 5 feet apart. Some backyards have difficult conditions. Poor soil, extended drought, exposed positions with brutal wind, extreme winter cold. Spartan juniper exists for exactly those conditions. It handles drought once established, genuinely drought tolerant, not just drought resistant. It tolerates cold down to zone 4. It handles poor, rocky, clay-heavy soils that cause other trees to struggle. And it stays dense and columnar without pruning, maintaining that narrow, upright shape that makes it effective as a privacy screen, even on smaller properties. It grows more slowly than the trees we've discussed so far, 1 to 2 feet per year. But in difficult climates, where faster trees fail, 1 to 2 feet per year of a healthy, thriving tree beats 0 feet per year of a struggling one. Best scenario? Northern climates, difficult soils, exposed sites. Anyone who's tried other privacy trees?
Here is something important, and it applies to every tree on this list. The number one reason newly planted privacy trees fail is not disease. It's not pests. It's not poor soil. It's the establishment period. For the first 2 years after planting, a tree's root system is still developing. The tree can look perfectly healthy above ground, while silently struggling to establish adequate root coverage below. During this period, the first 2 summers specifically, consistent watering is the difference between a tree that thrives and a tree that dies. Water deeply, not frequently, once or twice a week,
A slow, deep soak that reaches the entire root zone is better than light daily watering that only wets the surface. A soaker hose run around the drip line of each tree for an hour, twice a week, through the first 2 summers, that's the establishment system. After that, most of these trees are on their own.
It grows about 2 to 3 feet per year. At maturity, it reaches around 20 to 30 feet tall. It grows well in USDA zones 3 through 7. For a dense privacy screen, plant them 3 to 4 feet apart. This is the one that surprises most people. American Pillar looks like it was designed specifically for the problem of narrow spaces. The width at maturity is only 3 to 4 feet, genuinely narrow, while the height reaches 20 to 30 feet. That aspect ratio is extraordinary for a privacy tree. Side yards, gaps between properties, spaces where a standard arborvitae would overwhelm the area in width, while never reaching the height you need. American Pillar solves all of those scenarios. It's also one of the most cold-hardy options on this list, performing well down to Zone 3, which covers most of the northern United States and southern Canada. What I find particularly useful about this tree, because it stays so narrow, you can plant it in places where nothing else fits. Along a fence line where the fence doesn't quite reach the height you need. In a narrow strip between a driveway and a property.
The next tree on this list is nothing like what we've covered so far, and the reason I included it might change how you think about privacy screening entirely. It grows slowly, about 6 to 8 inches per year. At maturity, it reaches around 6 to 10 feet tall. It grows well in USDA zones 5 through 9. For a tight privacy screen, plant them 2 to 3 feet apart. Slow, narrow, permanent. Sky pencil holly is the smallest tree on this list, and the most refined. It grows slowly, reaching 6 to 10 feet over many years, maintaining a perfectly columnar shape without any pruning. The small, dark evergreen leaves stay dense, from the base to the tip. Where sky pencil earns its place on this list. Entryways, corners, patio edges, anywhere you want a deliberate architectural privacy element, rather than a naturalistic screen. A pair of sky pencil hollies flanking a garden entrance looks intentional, in a way that larger trees can't replicate in small spaces. It also works exceptionally well in containers, for homeowners without ground planting space, patios, rooftops, small urban yards. This isn't the tree for a long boundary line. It's the tree for precise, specific applications, where a larger tree would overwhelm the space. Tree number 8. And this one has a quality none of the others have. It grows about 3 feet per year. At maturity, it reaches around 15 to 25 feet tall. It grows well in USDA zones 6 through 9. For a solid privacy screen, plant them 5 to 6 feet apart. Nellie Stevens holly is fast, dense, and in winter, when most privacy trees are just green, it produces vivid red berries that make the entire screen visually striking, rather than simply functional. That distinction matters. A privacy screen that's beautiful in addition to functional adds value to a property in a way that a purely utilitarian screen doesn't. Nellie Stevens looks landscaped, intentional, like a feature rather than a barrier. It handles heat well, tolerates clay soil reasonably, and stays evergreen year-round. In the mid-Atlantic and southeastern states, it's one of the most reliable privacy trees available. One practical note, Nellie Stevens grows in a broad pyramid rather than a narrow column. It needs width. Plan for 6 to 8 feet of spread at maturity, and space accordingly. And the last tree on this list, I saved this one for last specifically, because it changes the entire conversation about what a privacy tree can do. It grows about 1 to 2 feet per year. At maturity, it reaches around 30 to 40 feet tall. It grows well in USDA zones 2 through 9. For a privacy screen, plant them about 8 to 10 feet apart. Eastern red cedar is native to nearly every state east of the Rocky Mountains. It evolved here over thousands of years in exactly the soil types and climate variations that make non-native trees struggle. That nativity means something practical. Once established, Eastern red cedar essentially maintains itself. It handles drought, it handles poor soil, it handles the full range of American weather, from Zone 2 through Zone 9. It requires almost no supplemental care after the establishment period. And over 20 to 30 years, a row of mature Eastern red cedars becomes something extraordinary. Not just privacy, a genuine landscape feature. Dense, dark, permanent. Here's the perspective shift I want you to consider. If you're in your 40s or 50s, planting Eastern red cedar today means a fully mature privacy screen in your peak outdoor living years. The years when you've earned the outdoor space, when the yard should work for you rather than requiring constant work from you. Fast trees give you faster results. Native trees give you permanent results. The best privacy plantings often combine both.
4 mistakes that destroy privacy plantings. Before you plant a single tree, avoid these. Mistake 1. Planting too close to structures. Roots from fast-growing trees expand aggressively. Plant at least 10 feet from foundations, underground utilities, and septic systems. Closer than that, and the roots become a problem within 10 years. Mistake 2. Skipping the mulch. A 3-inch ring of mulch around each tree, keeping it away from the trunk itself, retains soil moisture, regulates temperature, and suppresses the grass and weed competition that slows establishment. This single step makes a measurable difference in first-year growth. Mistake 3. Fertilizing immediately after planting. Counterintuitive, but important. Fertilizer encourages top growth. A newly planted tree needs to establish roots first. Fertilizing too early pushes the tree to grow leaves and branches before the root system is ready to support them. Wait until the second growing season. Mistake 4. Planting a single row when you need a screen. We talked about this. Single rows create visible gaps. Staggered double rows create solid screens. If privacy is the goal, plant 2 rows. Why fences fail and trees win. Let me tell you something most fence companies don't want you to know. A 6-foot privacy fence costs anywhere from $15 to $50 per linear foot installed. For an average backyard, that's $3,000 to $10,000. Then it needs staining every 2 to 3 years. Then a panel warps. Then the whole thing leans after a heavy snow winter. And if you're in a neighborhood with an HOA, there's a height restriction that leaves you exposed anyway. Trees are different. A privacy tree costs $30 to $80 at a nursery. It grows 6 feet per year in some cases. It keeps growing. It never rots. It never needs repainting. It doesn't have a height restriction. And 20 years from now, it's not just a privacy screen. It's a mature landscape feature that adds thousands of dollars to your property value. Not because you worked harder. Not because you hired a crew. Not because you spent a fortune. Because you made one smart decision about which trees to plant. Here are the 9 that actually deliver. Your backyard should feel like yours. Not like a space you share with everyone who passes by. Not like a yard where you're always aware of being watched. Yours. Private, comfortable. The outdoor space you've worked for. These 9 trees are how you get there. Not overnight, but faster than most people expect. And permanently, in a way that fences simply aren't. Tell me your state in the comments, and which tree you're considering. I read every comment, and I can point you toward the best option for your specific zone and conditions.